Some sociologists believe that there are inequalities among the social classes involving health, and you can take the cultural outlook, and this is the idea that differences in health are to do with norms, values, attitudes and lifestyles of the different social classes. Annandale and Field in 2007 said that the lower classes view health with lower expectations and more fatalistically, meaning that they don't expect to be as healthy, so they don't try to be healthy, which is the idea that their culture is affecting their health. Chapman states that people of the middle classes are more likely to do more exercise and have a wider range of social activities, making them healthy. And in 2000, statistically, it was proven that 52% more manual workers smoke than non-manual workers, and manual work is the most common area of employment for lower classes, so that could be down to cultural differences affecting their health. The structural approach is that inequalities are due to the way society is structured and not down to the person's individual choice. Moore stated that respiratory diseases are most common among people in construction, which again is a common area of work for lower classes, so it's suggesting that it's not their fault they're getting the respiratory diseases because they've got no choice but to work in that area because it's the only thing available for them. Lobstein in 1995 stated that healthy food is actually more expensive in the poorer parts of London and cheaper in the richer parts, so rich people and effectively higher classes can afford to have a better diet, whereas lower class can't, so that could be down to some of their ill health. It's because they have no option but to buy the less healthy food on market. The artifact approach is a critique of all that and says that there are no inequalities in the social classes regarding health. Evidence of this could be that when you look at inequalities in health, people tend to look at both ends of the spectrum. They look at working class or they look at upper class, and looking at the two extremes rather than all the bits in the middle is going to exaggerate any differences and therefore could make for invalid results. Additionally, how you measure social class changes all the time, which also makes it hard to find valid results because what's valid one month could be invalid the next because they've actually changed the way that you look at how you measure social class. Social selection is the idea that good or bad health affects your social class and that social class does not affect your good or bad health, so it's kind of looking at the whole vice versa to everything I just said. Wadsworth in 1986 said that males who had a serious illness in their childhood are more likely to be in working class when they're older. Additionally, Crown in 1994 says that schizophrenia makes people homeless and that homelessness does not lead to schizophrenia.